Hey guys, TCG Ralts here, back with another video, and today, sorry, I'm just adjusting some things. So you can see, though, I'm using quarters as my edge markers, and last video, we had a fun time messing up the recording. So yeah, here we go. We have much smaller space. It's just the way my new camera works. I didn't know about it. But yeah, here we are. Back with another deck profile. Let's get right into it. So, today we're profiling the new Aquabox. Now, I don't know how I managed to avoid it this long, but I have not profiled Guardians Rising Aquabox. And I'm super excited to bring it to you guys today, because honestly, it's one of my favorite decks, and it's, well, one of my most prized decks, because, you know, if you know me personally, this is one of my, it's not even one of my, it's straight up my blingiest deck. Let's get right into it. So for Pokemon, we have 3 Lapras. Now, if you don't know what Lapras does, Lapras is an amazing attacker. First of all, let's go over Collect. Collect is an attack, I have no idea where this is in the camera, just saying. Collect is an attack where, for 1 water energy, you just draw 3 cards. That's it. It's super strong against stuff like Garbodor and Item Lock, where you don't really want to, where you, well, one, either can't play many items, or don't want to. So, Collect, you just draw 3 cards. And eventually you just collect, hit the resources you need. Just attach an energy every turn. Now, the big attack on Lapras is Blizzard Burn. For 3 water energies, you do 160 damage, and Lapras can attack your next turn. 3 water energies isn't a big deal. The can't attack next turn is also not a very big deal. Sorry for your background noises, there's just things going on. And then his last attack, Ice Beam, is nothing. Like, you have to respect the Ice Beam every time, because it basically lets you one-shot, well, 2-shot everything in the game. Because when you do the Ice Beam, they're paralyzed. Then you Blizzard Burn. So you just do that to get one big KO. So generally, you rarely have matches where you don't take at least 1 to 2 prizes. So yeah, we have 3 Lapras because of that. And next up, Lapras's supporter, sure. Support Pokemon Manaphy EX. Now, Manaphy's in this deck purely for Aquatube. Basically, its ability is whenever, like, all your Pokemon with water energy attached to them have free retreat. That is really strong because, you know, one, we just play 12 or 13 waters, I forget exactly what. So it lets us just go in between our Pokemon really easily, making it so our starter primarily doesn't actually matter what it is. We can just get it out of the Aqua spot, apparently, the active spot, with Aquatube. Aqua. Sorry guys, feeling a little bit weird today, with Aquatube. And we'll be on our way rolling. Now, Mineral Pump is also really good. It's great at taking out basics against stuff like Zoroark. Sorry for stuttering, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. And then Mineral Pump for 2 water energies is 60 damage active, one-shot stuff like Zoroark. Beldum, I'm pretty sure. Not Grubbin. Grubbin has 70. And then you heal 30 from each of your bench Pokemon. Heal 30 isn't a big deal. There aren't really many spread decks right now, but you never know when it could come in handy. So, 1 Glaceon EX. Crystal Ray is just an amazing attack, because you just do 70 damage active, and then boom, they can't, your opponent's evolutions, they can't hurt Glaceon. So Glaceon is just great to Crystal Ray, slow the game down a lot, and overall stall. Should probably try to touch the table as little as possible. It's just a great overall stall, because you can Crystal Ray, and then Crystal Ray, and then Crystal Ray. That's 210 damage that generally kills a lot of things, except for Decidueyes. But Decidueyes, you oftentimes just have a choice band, in which case you can 3-hit things, and sometimes even 2-hit them. Now, I'm actually going to save this surprise for last, basically. So we have 1 Articuno. You know, just pretty good attack. Tri-Edge is pretty good attacker. Tri-Edge, you know, basically 3 waters in this deck. You just deal 20 damage and flip 3 heads. Does 40 damage for each heads. That sounds pretty bad. And to be fair, it's not the most reliable attack in the game. But Delta Plus lets it take an extra prize card, so it's really good against, once again, these slower evolution decks. So, what you do against slower evolution decks is, you open off with something Lapras, right? You get out of the active spot and you just start Tri-Edging. Tri-Edge, maybe. And maybe Mineral Pump here and there. Take a bunch of knockouts. Take like 2, 3, maybe even 4 prizes if you're using Articuno enough. And then, all you have to do is take 2 prizes to win the game. Now, most decks play Lele, and with a Choice Band, Lapras one-hits Lele. And either way, you can just Ice Beam and then Blizzard Burn, and that generally takes a KO. So Articuno is a really great early game attacker against the slower decks, but it's also a good finisher. Because let's say, even against the Decidueye, you Crystal Ray, you can then retreat into Articuno, Tri-Edge, take 3 prizes, and that's half the game right there, and you get rid of one of their Decidueyes. It's a massive tempo swing, altogether. But if you do this move, beware of N. Now, surprise, I'm playing Wishy-Washy in this deck. Now, for those of you who don't know what Wishy-Washy does, once during your turn, pick up Wishy-Washy, and I'm pretty sure you discard all the cards attached to it. But you never have any cards attached to Wishy-Washy, so don't even bother with that part. You pick up Wishy-Washy, put it in your hand. Now, why is this good, you ask? Well, hypothetical scenario that happens a lot. This is your setup, right? Lapras, Manaphy, Wishy-Washy, maybe stuff, right? You just Blizzard Burned. Kill your opponent. You took 2 prizes, and they're just, oh crap, I can't respond. Let's just throw up something small, like a Zorua or something, to sacrifice quickly, buy some time. Well, they're thinking, oh, it buys 2 turns, because you have to wait, and then Blizzard Burn. But what you do is you retreat using Aqua Tube, pick up Wishy-Washy, promote Lapras, and because Lapras went to the bench and then back, you can Blizzard Burn again. Meaning you don't necessarily have to have 2 Laprases powered up to Blizzard Burn every turn, which is pretty hard to do. I mean, it's a lot easier with Aqua Patch, but it's still not necessarily as easy as just power up a Lapras and then get a Wishy-Washy. And the last Pokemon is just 2 Shaman EX. I wish I had Lele's. Honestly, with this deck, it's a little tough. I would play 2 Shaman, 2 Lele ideally, but because you definitely need the extra draw with Shaman. Shaman might have a little bit of a priority on this deck because it's just such a fast deck that plays a lot of items and needs to draw into its items. Speaking of which, this is a super consistent deck. I'm just saying that. Don't shy away from it just because, it has all these non-consistency cards. It's really consistent. So, you play 4 Sycamore. It's a very aggressive draw supported, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. And, arguably, in my opinion, the best supporter in the game. 2 Lysander, these are, and Kukui. Those are all the normal ones, basically. And I'll just roll with it. These are normal. Then we play 1 Central Lady. Because, with Mineral Pump, Central Lady, and we play 1 Rough Seas, we really are healing. We can heal a decent amount. So we can play the Tank Lapras game. Though we don't often do that. Oftentimes we're playing the Turbo. I'm just going to power up a Lapras just in 1 turn, because you can do that pretty easily. Oftentimes, I definitely have, unless I'm dead drawing pretty bad, I definitely have Blizzard Burn turn 3. But I can generally get it turn 2, which is just really good. You play 1 Hex Maniac. It's just because Vileplume hurts your deck so much. Because you need to play all these Aqua Patches, Max Elixirs. So just having the Hex Maniac in your deck is really good. Because you naturally collect. Draw 3 every turn. Draw 4 because, you draw 1 from the top of your deck every turn. And then drawing a lot of cards, which means you're going to be accumulating these Max Elixirs, these Aqua Patches, these Ultra Balls, these Versus Seekers, all these items you want to play. And you just Hex. Oh, I drew into a Hex. So next turn I go Hex, play all my stuff, Versus Seeker for Hex again, start collecting, gathering more resources so I can just Hex again and play all my resources. It's just a way to get around the item lock. For Versus Seeker, there's nothing really to say about the Versus Seeker and Ultra Ball. They're just really good. They're in all of my decks, honestly. They're so good. Then we got 4 Max Elixirs. Just look at the top 6. And choose an energy you find there, put it in your hand. No, not put it in your hand, that's energy lotto, sorry. And basic energy, attach it to one of your bench Pokemon, bench basics. So Max Elixir is just a really good acceleration card. And that used to be the only acceleration in this deck until the new boy-in talent, Aquabox, came along. Now don't even think that my excuse for not deck profiling this is that I didn't have Aquaboxes. I got these Aquaboxes the first day I started owning Guardians Rising cards. Traded for them. So I got my Aquaboxes pretty quick. Very quick. So it's just attach a water energy from your discard pile to one of your bench water Pokemon. Well, that's simple. It's really good late game, but you can actually just Ultra Ball away some water energies, making that not a terrible play anymore. Used to not want to do that, just saying. With old Aquabox. Old Aquabox was pretty bad though. We got 3 choice bands. Now this lets your Lapras do up to 190 damage in one go, and that's really strong. That one hits other Laprases and pretty much every EX and some G and all basic GXs. Even I don't think that one hit. And then with Kukui, get even some stage 1 GXs. So yeah, choice band super strong. Stuff like Manphy, if they're having a really slow start, Mineral Pump will do 90, which 2 shots most things. Glaceon will do 100. You know, and it's only to EXs and GXs, so it's not like it's broken like Muscle Band was. Muscle Band was broken. Shout out to everyone who was playing when Muscle Band was legal. And screw Night March. Still. So next item, we just play 2 energy switch. I just like this card because all your energy acceleration is to the bench. And there's sometimes you just need that energy switch. And in a way, it's also just another form of energy acceleration. So let's say you opened with Articuno or something. So you had to attach an energy on it to retreat. And later you just don't need that energy. You can energy switch. And that's basically energy acceleration because you're not using the energy on Articuno. Next up we have a Field Blower. You know, you're pretty afraid of Garbodor. Other stadiums, not as much. But you're pretty afraid of Garbodor. Kind of. Only in the beginning turn. So, play a Field Blower for that. But you generally aren't scared of Garb because you're just applying so much pressure they can't set up. Just saying, this deck. Because sometimes you do have a miracle turn where you just, boom, play a bunch of items. But not quite enough where Trash Lanch gets to you. And then you're just applying a lot of pressure. Like, generally I try to get a turn 2. Sometimes I go to the Collect Route. It just depends on how my hand is. 1 Rescue Stretcher. There's just... I don't actually use Rescue Stretcher too much. It's mostly for my 1-ofs. Stuff like Glaceon in particular. Just to get them back without having to play 2. 2 Brooklet Hill. You know, just search out a water Pokemon, put it on your bench. Basic water Pokemon. It's just super strong. Because it's a non-item way to search out all your decks but Shaman. Shaman you don't even want to put directly on your bench. So, basically, just search your deck for a Pokemon, put it on your bench. That's basically what Brooklet Hill is to this deck. And it's really strong. It helps you get your Laprases out without playing Ultra Balls, your Manaphy's, your even Wishy-Washy. I'm finding myself where I Wishy-Washy back to the hand, don't bench it, because it's like a Decidueye deck or something. Then they end me. But they couldn't find the forest, and I have Brooklet Hill in play, so I'm able just to Brooklet Hill out Wishy-Washy and keep going. And then, you know, as I said, 1 Rough Seas. It just really helps when you retreat a Lapras to the bench. Just, you know, keep calm, Rough Seas it off a little bit. Just, because stadiums aren't a big deal in this deck. You don't necessarily need to win the stadium more. There's no stadium you're necessarily afraid of. Except for maybe Parallel, but generally, you don't care too much. So, next up we're going to have the Energies. Energies is the simplest part of the deck, and it always is. Most of the time, I don't even have to explain why I run a certain amount of Energies. Unless I'm playing a Rogue deck. Coming up soon. Deck profile. So, 6, 9, yeah, like I said, there's 12 Energies. There's 12 basic water Energies. It's the normal amount. Unless you're Caleb, in which case you run 13. And very few people will actually get that joke, but you know. I make jokes for the people who get them, so, you know, as you do. Anyways, guys, this has been my Aquabox deck. I'm about to actually just do a testing game with this because it's such a fun deck, honestly. Your basic strategy is just set up Lapras. It's just such a strong deck. Anyways, I have been TCG Ralts. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all next time.